I mean, can you believe it? The time has come. The time has arrived. The time is now. It's go time. We are on to Super Wild Card Weekend. And I can't tell you, I'm juiced. I'm ready. We got some great matchups. We got some potential upsets that could happen. Hopefully they happen. But I mean, we got a lot of great matchups, so we're going to break it all down. So you know what's going to happen. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Meat on the 50. You know what time it is. It is time to break down Super Wild Card Weekend. How many games we got? Let me see here. We got 2, 5, 6 games happening over the course of 3 days, and I can't tell you, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. We got some great matchups. Monday's matchup could definitely be better, but I mean, every game can't be a golden goose. So we'll see what happens. But without further ado, let's start the show. Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Meat on the 50, a playoff edition, Super Wildcard Weekend edition of Meat on the 50. You know what time it is. We got 6 games ahead of us. It is time to break down these wildcard matchups. And as always, joining me to break down these matchups. Hi, how's it going? I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys. And as always, like I just said, joining me, he is none other than one of my best friends. He is the other half of the Sports Guys. He is Mr. Brandon Sullivan. Brandon, how are you doing, my friend? Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I wish it was this weekend already. We got some big matchups this weekend, and even though the teams that we root for aren't playing this weekend, I feel like it's going to be an entertaining weekend of playoff football.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's set up to be a great weekend of playoff football. I'm excited. It is here. It is time. I can't believe it. The NFL season flew by. We're already, the start of the new year, and now we're on to playoffs. Before you know it, we'll be into baseball season. And then we'll be into training camp, the NFL draft, and then we'll be in the next season. It's all too much. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about this year. Let's quickly remind them how we did last week and how we did wrapped up for the regular season. Let's put it up on the screen. For yourself, 11-5, 1-0 on your guaranteed victory. For myself, 9-7, 1-0 on my guaranteed victory. Having a double guaranteed victory there with the Bills. Bills pulling it off, by the skin of their teeth. They're down in Miami to clinch the AFC East championship and move into that number 2 seed. Overall for the season, that puts us at, for yourself, 173-99. Absolute domination. 15-3 on your guaranteed victories. For myself, 158-114. 13-5 on the guaranteed victories. And then for our special guests, 52-38, 3-3 on their guaranteed victories. For yourself, that was a 75% percentage on calling right games. For myself, 68% on calling right games. Massively up from last year. Absolute domination this year. Just goes to show we know what we're talking about. Wipe those off the screen because it is time. Yes, I've been saying it for the last few weeks. It is time for the return of the special guest. Yes, as I'm sure you've noticed, we haven't had a guest for quite some time. It's time to have a guest, and what better time to have a guest than NFL playoffs? We got 6 games to talk about. That's easy between me and Brandon. Why not get a third person's perspective? So please help me welcome back to the show. Let me see. He finished in week 1, 10-6. Unfortunately, was not able to convert his guaranteed victory. But guess what? He has a chance for redemption, and that is Mr. Andy Gomez. Andy, Welcome back. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. Are you ready for the playoffs? How you feeling? How you doing? It's been so long. Talk to us. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm excited to be back. It seems like it was just yesterday I was on the show.
It definitely, I don't know about all that, but yeah, it definitely,
4 months, give or take,
yeah,
yesterday.
time does fly. Time
Yeah.
definitely does fly. But since we last saw you, your Niners have went on an absolute run of domination. So please give Brandon and I your thoughts, your breakaways, give us your takeaways. Just give us your overall analysis of the San Francisco 49ers season. I want to know how you're feeling about clinching that number 1 seed. I want to know how you're feeling about the 2 weeks off. Are you nervous about that break? I want to know how you're feeling that the San Francisco 49ers look to be.
Yeah,
knocking on wood. Hang on. Knocking on wood. Look to be on the road to the Super Bowl. I just didn't want to jinx them. I had to knock on wood. Yeah. Talk to us. What do you got for us?
I have a glass table, so thanks for knocking on the wood for me.
I got you, dude.
I'm both excited and nervous. It seems like if the Niners are healthy, they're always in this position of like one of the top tier teams. But hopefully this year we can definitely pull it off. 2 years ago, I went to the NFC championship game in LA. I just, randomly bought a ticket, bought a flight. Everything was looking good. And then, it didn't work out. So I'm hoping I can book another flight for the NFC championship, and maybe I'll take out a loan and go to the Super Bowl or something. So, yeah.
Where are you going to book?
Where are you going to book a flight this year?
Yeah, where are you going to book a flight, dude? You're going to book a flight home?
Is it Levi's?
You're the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
man.
we have home field.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Maybe a book to Vegas though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe I'll book a flight to the Super Bowl.
Just make sure you have $12,000 for your seat, okay?
I'll sneak in with like a press pass. You guys print one out.
There you go.
What has been some of the most what has been not I won't say the most impressive, but give us like your top 3, top 5 kind of most impressive things you have seen from the Niners this season.
Let's see. Definitely, Brock Purdy. There was, glimpses last year of how well he could be. I think we kind of mentioned on the episode that I was on, which was the first one that they kind of got rid of like Trey Lance, maybe so the hot seat's not so hot for Brock Purdy. He can kind of relax into the position. So definitely Brock Purdy would be number 1. Really impressive, right? I would say our defense is always good. Sometimes our defense when our offense isn't pulling their weight, our defense definitely keeps us in games. Our cornerback play actually has been like phenomenal. We've gone to the quarterback a lot this year, not as much as we have in the past, but our cornerback play from Mooney Ward and Lenore, they've been playing spectacular this year, so that's another big surprise or upside to the team.
Yeah, I mean the Niners, I think through and through, the most complete team that I think that we have seen for quite some time. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching staff. I mean, everybody seems to be on point and on it and taking care of business, doing their job. So, yeah, Niners look to be on a roll. Luckily for Niners fans, they can relax. They don't have to worry about anything this week. They can watch the games just like everybody else's team who didn't make the playoffs. But fortunately for Niners fans, they did make the playoffs and they have home field advantage. So the road to the Super Bowl, as far as it goes in the NFC, currently runs through Levi's. So we'll see what happens. We got a lot to talk about, but before we get to next week when the Niners will be playing, let's figure out who they will be playing. Let's break down some of these games. So, gentlemen, you guys ready to go?
Do it.
Yes, sir.
Well, then here we go. Starting us off on Saturday afternoon, I believe, on ABC and also on I have no idea why. Peacock or NBC, and also on Peacock. I mean,
NBC owns Peacock. That's why
I
they
know. But just watching a game on Peacock, I don't know if you experienced it. It is, it's god awful. It is god awful. We got the 11-6. Joe Flacco led. Yeah, you heard that right. Joe Flacco led Cleveland Browns marching to NRG Stadium to take on the young buck, the rising star. Could it possibly be him? He's got a chance to make a name for himself. The 10-7 Houston Texans. Brandon, what do you got for me to kick us off?
Yeah, just like I said, credit to the Houston Texans for getting there. I think that's where this ends. Obviously, Michigan just won a championship in that stadium, but there's not going to be any more games won by the home team there. So I got the Cleveland Browns winning this one, and a pretty close one. Obviously, DeMeco Ryans is defense heavy. The Browns, AFC North in general has been known for their defense. So I got to roll with the better defensive team here. I got to go with Cleveland. I do think the defensive player of the year, well, potentially Myles Garrett, is going to give CJ Stroud a lot of trouble. So I got Browns in this one, 24-17.
Oh, a close one. I like it. Andy, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so Joe Flacco has been, turning back the hands of time. He's had a lot of experience in these types of games. He doesn't really have too much to lose. Amari Cooper's been playing, really well. I would say he's back to his, top 10 wide receiver form.
Yeah, definitely.
CJ Stroud, credit to him. He's had one of the, best rookie QB seasons of all time. And they have a breakout wide receiver, and Nico Collins has also been playing pretty well.
Yep.
But I think the Browns pull it out on the road. I'm gonna go with the Browns 21-17.
No faith in the young kid to get it done. Do we go with the seasoned veteran who's proven that he can get the job done, or do we go with the man who has kind of defied the odds, kind of shocked the world, you could say, because nobody, and I repeat, nobody thought the Houston Texans were going to be the AFC South divisional champions, nor did they think that they would have any actual shot in a playoff game for years to come. Now, you got CJ Stroud, you got Nico Collins, you got Dalton Schultz, you got Devin Singletary. You're missing Tank Dell, unfortunately. On the flip side, you got Kareem Hunt. You got, I don't know how, Joe Flacco. You got Amari Cooper. You got David Njoku. I mean, this game is set up to be a solid piece-for-piece battle. I mean, you look across the board, it's pretty even amongst what they got so far. With that being said, I think the Cleveland Browns get the job done. They're on the road. I do think it's going to be an exceptional game. I do think that CJ Stroud definitely shows what the makings of a definitely potential superstar, not a franchise QB, but the makings of a potential face of the league QB, someone who could easily take over or just kind of step into that spotlight for the next generation. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm going to roll with the veteran, Joe Flacco. I do think that the Browns get the job done. 31-28. I think a game-winning field goal is the deciding factor, but Browns get the job done there on the road. Our final game, and this game can only be viewed on Peacock, which means that they're going to lose half of the audience. I don't know how the people are going to find it, but we'll see what happens. We got the team that needs some motivation. Just give them some secret sauce so they can get a little boost to get over the hump, because I mean, we got a good one. We got the 11-6 Miami Dolphins traveling to what reports are could be the coldest game ever, quote unquote, which it never is. It literally never is. They say it's going to be 0 degrees and it's like 18 or 20 degrees on the day of the game. But speculated reports, -9 to 0 degrees with 20-degree winds. So it could be like -23. It could feel like -23 degrees, something like that. We'll see what happens. But they're traveling to Missouri. They're traveling to Arrowhead to take on the 11-6 Kansas City Chiefs. Andy, kick us off. What do you got for us?
Yeah, it's super hard to win on the road, especially at Arrowhead. Dolphins do have like a high powered offense, top 5 in a lot of the major statistical categories. But the Chiefs actually have a pretty underrated defense, allowing the second least amount of points in the league. This is probably, in my top 2 games I'm most looking forward to this weekend. I have the Chiefs winning at home 28-21.
Okay, I like it. What do you got for us, Brandon?
Do you also have a Peacock subscription?
No. Maybe I'll.
Looks like you won't be viewing the game then.
You can just do the trial, right? You can do the trial.
7-day trial.
Watching, just do the trial, run that gimmick, and then as soon as you do the trial, cancel it immediately. And then after a week or whatever, you'll be able to watch it. But yeah, so you'll be having to stream it, I guess. But yeah, I'm actually glad that this is the Peacock game because I don't really care about this game. Honestly, I do think the Chiefs are going to run all over. I think they're going to destroy Miami. I mean, unfortunately, Miami doesn't do good in cold weather, and this is going to be like negative something degrees. They've lost half of. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Waddle. I don't know what's going on with Mostert. I think that, I think they're okay, but I'm not sure. They didn't play the last game. So just, yeah, I think Kansas City is going to play very well in this game. And it's going to set up for a good divisional game for whoever they play. I do think they win this one 35-17.
Okay, Dolphins at the 6th seed, Kansas City Chiefs at the 3 seed. I mean, you got just a dead heated battle here at 11-6. Chiefs not having the season that they wanted. The Dolphins not having the end of the season that they wanted. So 2 things at play here. Are the Chiefs going to be able to surpass the drops? Because here's what's going to happen. And this is the breakdown. If it's a snow game, if it's a cold game, it becomes a running game. Who has a better running game? The Dolphins or the Chiefs? The Dolphins have a better running game. Mostert, Devon Achane, Jeff Wilson Jr. I mean, you got the San Francisco 49ers of the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. But I mean, those guys are better than Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, no disrespect to those guys, but I mean, Mostert is the single season touchdown holder for the Dolphins. So those guys are clearly better. Edge, boom. It's then going to come down to quarterback. Okay, Patrick Mahomes versus Tua. That's really no debate. You're going to go with Pat, all right? Now you leave to the receivers. You're going to go with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and some of those other guys? Or are you going to go with MVS and who is it? Rice and basically anybody else who can't catch a cold in the middle of winter. I mean, when you run the ball so many times and you need that play action play late in the game, who's going to have the edge? It's going to be the Dolphins. So with that being said, the Dolphins get the job done. They're on the road in Kansas City, shock the world, get a victory, bounce back their season, get the momentum back that they so long needed. 35-32 in an absolute thriller on NBC. Miami Dolphins get the job done there in Kansas City. Our next games, moving on to Sunday. We got 3 of them. Starting us off in the morning, we got the team that I have zero idea how they could have. I mean, the Jags, dude. What the hell is the matter with you? What is physically wrong with you to lose to allow this team into the playoffs? What team am I talking about? We got the 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't know how you're in. We got the 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Orchard Park, to Buffalo, to the AFC East champions, the 11-6 Buffalo Bills. We got a 7 seed. We got a 2 seed. Brandon, what do you got for us?
Yeah, like Jake said, I don't know how this team slipped into the playoffs, but very surprising. The Jags had it was a post saying that the playoff tickets were on sale. 4 weeks ago, we all thought it was going to be the Jaguars.
Yes.
All of a sudden, Mike Tomlin, just got to give the guy credit, man. They just never having a losing season. This guy's a good coach. So, yeah, but I think that their little, Cinderella run stops here. Buffalo is not going to lose in Orchard Park. They are
No
going
TJ
to
Watt either. Yeah.
They are going. Oh, that's huge.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
The pass rush is going to be tough. That would have been huge because Josh Allen is a turnover machine, and TJ Watt would have forced at least one. So, give me the Bills here. I mean, I think they're going to dominate. I got the Bills winning this one, 31-14.
I like it. Andy, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I had really high hopes for the Bills. They had a up and down season, but they finished off strong. I think they won their last 5 games, going into the playoffs. I don't really expect too much from the Steelers, like, at all. Mason Rudolph, I think, is getting the start, and yeah, I don't expect much from him. So I have Buffalo winning 35-23, and that's my guarantee of the weekend.
Oh, guaranteed victory, eh? Going with Buffalo. Well, my friend, I mean, I wouldn't have invited you on the show if we didn't have some sort of friendly connection, because that's going to be a whoop, 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 whoop. We got a double guaranteed Super Wildcard Weekend victory, baby. Yeah, Buffalo Bills bouncing the Squealers, as Brandon so correctly named them last week. The Squealers are donezo in the 2023-2024 NFL playoffs. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming. Hi, how's it going? Take your gift bag on the way out and enjoy your seat on the couch watching the rest of the teams play. Buffalo Bills get the job done, 35-17 in a dominating fashion to kick us off on Sunday morning. Double guaranteed victory. Gotta love it. Moving on to our afternoon game. We got the team that just clawed, fought, tooth and nail, did everything that they possibly could to get into the playoffs. Their quarterback did not look good to start off the season, bounced back and looked pretty good to end the season, and he looked good enough to get them into the playoffs, get them into the tournament. That team is the 9-8 Green Bay Packers, traveling to Arlington, traveling to the team who notoriously doesn't get the job done when the lights are brightest, the cameras are on, and everybody is just waiting to see them take that next step. They have a chance to take it here. We got the 12-5 Dallas Cowboys. Andy, what do you got for me?
Yeah, Dallas is obviously the more, complete team. Dakota Prescott, he's been playing well all season. Yeah, he used his full name on that one.
Yep, Dakota.
CeeDee Lamb, 1,700 yards, 1,750, I think, receiving yards this season. Micah Parsons, 14 sacks.
Yep.
Darren Bland leading the league in picks this year, I believe, also.
Yep.
So yeah, they're just the way more complete team compared to Green Bay. So I have Dallas winning. Actually, added a little caveat to this. Scoregami, 36-23.
Ooh, I like it. 36-23. Love it. Brandon, what do you got for us?
That's probably at the first 36-23 on the show ever. So congratulations, Andy. I got a guaranteed victory here for Dallas.
Oh, okay.
It was gonna be one of the two. Buffalo, just I don't know, man. Just we'll see. But
still
Dallas,
seeking that triple guaranteed
a
victory.
Sure thing, because they don't normally lose at home. Green Bay, a decent team, but with the way that Dallas's offense has been clicking, I just don't think that Green Bay can match them. I think that's what it comes down to. So I agree with some of Andy's points there. So I got to roll with Dallas, 35-24.
Yeah, Dallas definitely turned it on towards the end of the season there, was able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat and snatch that NFC East championship, which was the funny note. I think it was like 18 seasons in a row, or since 2004, 18 seasons in a row, there has always been a different winner of the division. So the Philadelphia Eagles from 01 to 04 were the last repeat victors of that division. So pretty interesting. Cowboys are able to snatch the division from the Philadelphia Eagles, who absolutely choked this season. But with that being said, I think Jordan Love, this is where the train runs out of gas. The train runs out of steam, runs out of coal. Dallas Cowboys 42 to 10, a little more 42 to 14. Cowboys get the job done there at home. Moving on to our next game. We got the return of an absolute franchise legend. You could say that the scriptwriters definitely knew what they were doing here, but what a matchup we have to finish us off on Sunday, kicking us off for Sunday night. We have the 10-7 Matthew Stafford-led Los Angeles Rams. I mean, Matt's returning home to his former club. He's taken on the surprise of the season. I mean, they're going to beat you down, and then when you're down, they're going to bite your kneecaps. I mean, they're going to take you down. They're going to do whatever they can to get you and keep you down. That team is the 12-5 Detroit rolling Motor City Lions, who also has a quarterback seeking revenge. We got an absolute revenge game. I have never seen it before. We got Matt Stafford. We got Jared Goff. We got a former Ram. We got a former Lion. Brandon, what do you got for me?
Yeah, like you said, the scriptwriters were out, working late nights throughout the end of this season. So, like you said, you highlighted this is going to be probably the game of the week. Sunday Night Football. What better game could we have? None. The best game of the week, and I gotta roll with the Rams here. I'm gonna roll with the Rams.
Okay.
I do think.
Okay.
I don't have this belief in Detroit that everyone else does. Credit to them for getting as far as they did, but they haven't won a playoff game in God knows how long. And I just think that the Rams are just an all-around better team, and I think that they're going to go in there and they're going to beat them. So I got the Rams winning this one in a relatively close game, 31-27. I think it's close, but I think that the Rams do pull it out at the end.
I like it. Andy, what do you got for us?
Yeah, this is one of the games I saw that can go either way. I think both QBs are going to try to prove that their team got the better end of the trade.
Definitely.
I always thought that the Rams gave up on Goff a little too early, but they did win a Super Bowl with Stafford. Like I mentioned, I think this is going to be a really close game. I have Detroit winning 20-17, so it's going to be close.
Oh, okay. You got a heated defensive battle, low scoring, high, just high intensity, nail biting all the way to the end. I like it. This game, what an absolute just treat for any football fan in general. I mean, you don't need to be a fan of either of these teams, but the storyline is incredible. I mean, what Matt Stafford did in Detroit, I mean, I understand the rough seasons, but we have to understand who Matt Stafford is. So Calvin Johnson, single season receiving record, Matt Stafford. Cooper Kupp, single season receiving record, Matt Stafford. Puka Nacua, single season rookie receiving record, Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is that dude. Matt Stafford is a legend of the game. He is truly underrated. I was watching a video, somewhat of a hype video. I think it was Matt Stafford's thank you video to Detroit. And yeah, I mean, the clip, the iconic clip of when he basically dislocates his shoulder and just tells everybody to get the hell off of him. I'm fine. I'm going to go back into the game, and then throws the game-winning touchdown, seemingly dislocating his shoulder again. I mean, the dude is an absolute baller, and what he means to the city of Detroit, I hope he gets a very warm welcome there at Ford Field. And then on the flip side, like Andy said, the Rams, I mean, seemingly kind of give up on Jared Goff. But when you had a quarterback like Matt Stafford, who was seemingly the next level of Jared Goff, you're going to go get him. And like Andy said, Matt Stafford did what the mission was. He won the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he came against the Bengals. Unfortunately, it was off of one of the worst pass interference calls you will ever see in your life.
It's terrible.
Another
They
day,
needed to
another
give him
time.
that game at home. They needed to give him the Super Bowl at home.
Goose Fraba. I know. Okay, it gets me.
Rams
It gets me, man. It gets me. Anyways, Jared Goff, I mean, leading the Rams to that Super Bowl against Tom Brady. Obviously, I mean, that one's kind of written in the sand that Tom Brady was going to get the job done. But nevertheless, the Rams, Jared Goff was able to get the job done. And this time, he is not being carried 100% by his team, by his fellow comrades around him. He is actually doing some of the heavy lifting. This time, it is his team. This time, he is a leader. This time, he can get the job done. So I love this matchup. I love it. And I'm rolling with the boys. I'm rolling with the Detroit Rolling Motor City Lions. Of course, I have to. We're going Lions. Get the job done. I think you guys are onto something. I definitely think it's a close game. I'm going 24-21. Lions get the job done there at home. And then finally, to wrap up our Super Wildcard Weekend, we got the 11-6 struggling, a team just like the Dolphins who needs a victory more than anything right now to just give them some sort of hope, some sort of sense that they might possibly have a chance. That team is none other than the 11-6 Philadelphia Eagles. And they're traveling to a place where, honestly, in the playoffs, they've been before, and they've been quite often. They're traveling down to sunny Florida. I don't know if it'll be sunny, possibly, but they're going to take on the 9-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, I mean, Baker has got this team playing. Baker's got this team playing. And Brandon, what do you got to wrap us up?
Yeah, like you said, Baker Mayfield definitely got this team playing. NFC South division title. It was some big shoes to fill with Brady leaving, and he was able to get the division title for them once again. So
definitely
credit to Baker Mayfield and coming in and obviously getting them to the playoffs and getting them a home playoff game. So Philadelphia, obviously a really rough stretch of games since they ran into the 49ers. They ran into a buzzsaw, and that really changed everything. Your guy, Big Dom, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know why you're a fan of his, why you like that guy so much. But he's not going to be on the sidelines for that game. So
for a knuckle sandwich, huh?
Yeah. So I got to roll Philly here. I do got to roll with Philly. I really, really hope, if here's the thing, if Detroit beats the Rams, which I really hope they do. I don't think they will. If they do, I really hope that happens. And then if that happens, I don't mind if Philly wins at all against Tampa Bay, because I would love for the 49ers to play Philadelphia and end their season like they did to us last year. So I got Philly winning this game. Either way, Philly will win, and I think it'll be a close game though. But Philly will win this one. I got them winning this one 28-24.
I like it. This is the 4 and 5 seed, right? Yes. We got the 3 and 6 with the Rams, Lions. Okay. Yep. That's the 4 and 5. Yep. I like it. Andy, what do you got for us?
Like how Brendan mentioned, the Eagles have been sliding since they were exposed for the frauds that they are when they they threw the 49ers. Their quarterback, their top running back, and their top 2 wide receivers are all questionable. They're most likely all play, but they're all questionable. They're pretty banged up right now.
Yeah.
And I think their season is going to be over
Oh,
I have a upset. It's really close. It's 28-27. I have Tampa Bay winning. And then when the Eagles lose, I'm gonna be tap dancing on their grave. So I'm excited for that. Do a little, jig,
Wouldn't mind that at all.
I mean, this game is going to be very interesting because what the Eagles struggle is pass defense. And what do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have? A good passing offense. They got weapons. They got Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin. They got Baker Mayfield, who's not afraid to throw that ball around the field. He has no problem throwing the ball 40, 50 times in an NFL game. So I fully expect to get a really good performance out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I mean, yeah, let's call it the upset of the weekend. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or should I say the Baker May Buccaneers, absolutely get the job done at home against the Eagles, sending them on their merry way. They can pick up their gift bag on the way out. Make sure they say hi and give a little high fives, hugs, kisses to their friends and family as they're leaving the stadium. Make sure that they checked, didn't leave any phones, food, anything like that behind, because they're going to have a long off season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, get the job done on Monday night in front of Troy, in front of Joe. It may not be that of an exciting game, but they're going to get the job done, and they're going to do it 24-21 in a field goal game. Bucks handle business, move on to the divisional round. Boom. That's going to do it. That is going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. Man, oh man, we got 6 epic games going down, spread across 3 days. I, for one, am excited. No, Brandon's excited. No, Andy's excited. We've talked about it. We've done enough talking about it. All that's left is to watch these games. And yeah, Brandon and I will share our opinions of what happened next week. But with that being said, Andy as our guest, as always, thank you very much for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure having you. Thank you for returning. I mean, we'll leave it with you. Any last words for the people?
Yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm definitely excited to see the Niners play, and hopefully there's nothing fluky about this postseason, and they make it to the Super Bowl, and then hopefully they win. So yeah, go Niners.
I like it. And Brandon, what do you got for us?
I'll just expand off of Andy. Bang bang Niner gang.
There we go. I think that's all that needs to be said from Niners fans. Man, oh man, what a wild card weekend we are set up to have. Hopefully it leads to an even more exciting divisional round. But yeah, these matchups, I mean, as a football fan, without having a stake in the game, I can honestly say that, yeah, I can definitely enjoy some of these games and just relax, watch football, hopefully good football. Hopefully these games produce. Some of these games probably are going to be some stinkers, but hopefully the ones that do produce make up for that. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. I mean, again, Andy, thank you for coming on. Brandon, we're coming down to the wire, my friend. We are coming down to the wire. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. That is one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. That is one of my other best friends, Andy Gomez. And I am Jacob Cutler. And together, all three of us make up the Sports Guys. And until next week, Brandon, Jake, and Andy,